Beth Brown at Gryphon Art, coming to you from deep in the heart of West Texas. It's early. I'm tripping on my words a little bit. And as you can see, today I'm repping my baseball team, St. Louis Cardinals. Got my hat on. Is it on that side? No, it's right there. There it is, St. Louis. I gotta tell you that even though I grew up in Oklahoma and now I live in Texas, my extended family, my parents, were from Southern Illinois. And so my extended family and all lives there still. And my mom's sister is a big fan of the Cardinals. She and her group of gals have weekend season seats at Busch Stadium every year. I grew up going to games at Busch when we would go and visit in the summer. Old Busch, that is. I've been to New Busch, and it's quite excellent. I cut my baseball teeth in the days of Ozzie Smith and Willie McGee, and Whitey Herzog was the manager then, and I am so ready for baseball season to get started. Baseball is not as big in West Texas as you would probably imagine football is. Football's a big deal out here. Basketball also is not a huge thing out here, but baseball is my absolute favorite sport, and I love to watch it. And I'm reading a couple of baseball books right now that were recommended to me by friends, and I am ready. But you know what? Today it is cold and rainy, and my husband and I got tickets to the Texas Tech baseball game tonight, and I haven't been to a baseball game at Tech since we've lived here, and I'm nervous. We got a sitter lined up. I'm nervous that the game is not going to happen. So hopefully at least the rain will stop. I can deal with it being chilly, but hopefully it won't just, pour down rain, so we can go and enjoy a hot dog, because you eat a hot dog at the baseball game. That's what you're supposed to do. We don't get beer at the college games, but when you go to Busch Stadium, you have a beer and a hot dog. That's just what you do. Anyway, so I'm repping Cardinals today. And when I can't get the Cardinals on TV out here, I can most of the time. But when I don't, I do cheer for an American League team, the Rangers. I don't get the whole designated hitter rule, and I know that I'm going to lose some of you really early in this video talking about baseball, but American League has a designated hitter. National League doesn't do that. National League, in the American League, the pitchers don't hit, that's just weird to me. But American League Rangers will do in a pinch when I can't get the Cardinals on TV here. So anyway, ready for baseball. However, I do have, ta-da, the April Sketchbox, which came a day early. Today's the 1st, and it came yesterday. The last one in my subscription artwork on the top this week is a mandala looking flower. And I believe that Sketchbox runs a competition on Instagram to see who they're going to feature on the top of their box, which is kind of cool. And it's going to tell us who the art is by Allison Blackburn. So there you go. Let's give her a look. I already looked. I always do. We've got a card talking about the premium box for this month. We've got a card with some artwork. Another featured artist, Nikki Laxar is her name. And it's kind of I don't know, what would you call it? A dodo? Or it almost looks like a flamingo. Is it going to tell me what it is? No. I'm going to call it a dodo bird because I read a series of books where a woman kept a dodo bird as a pet. So this is going to remind me of that bird. And I think what was that bird's name? Plock? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to keep that because I think it's groovy. Sticker. I get a sticker every time. Okay, on to products. I got a couple of Staedtler pigment liners. You know, they sent the Iron Lac fine liners last time, which they were right here. I was going to show them again. Oh, they're way over there. Anyway, I got a Staedtler liner, pigment fine liner in black. One is 0.5 and one is 0.7. I'm going to guess that these are quite a bit like the regular Staedtler liners, only they're going to be a pigment, a darker pigment, good for your Zentangling, your doodling, your bullet journaling, all that good stuff. So I was really glad to get these in 2 different sizes. What else is in here? A marker, a Kuretake marker, Curacolor, for graphic artists in a, it looks like a steel blue. Steel blue. This is why you drink your coffee, folks. No, it says Zig. I didn't know Kuretake was Zig. Huh. I used to use Zig markers 120 years ago. You know, the long double tip ones. Anyway, we've got a broad tip on this side. Oh, now see, this looks orange. Alcohol-based dye stuff ink. Well, hold on. Let me grab a piece of paper. Let's see. Let's just test it. Okay, this is just mixed media paper, probably 90 pound. It is orange. It's orange, not blue. Well, why does it say blue on there? This probably does something more than what I'm thinking. I'll look up a video on this. I'll check it out on YouTube and see if I can figure out what this does anymore. Anyway, we've got a broad tip and then a fine tip. So that'll be awesome. I'll do a little research, a little more research. Preparation for a video? What's that, you say? Also, we have a Simply Simmons. Ha ha! This is a round number 4. Nice. Always enjoy getting a new brush. And I'll use it. And I like Simply Simmons. I talked about them last week. That'll be fun. I've heard about these but never used them. A Crink permanent paint stick. Let's look at the nib, see what happens. Is it going to twist off or pull off? I can't tell. Well, holy moly. Really? What color is it even? Highest quality inks and markers, New York City. Waterproof, quick drying. Cap it when it's not in use. I can't get the lid off. My hands don't work anymore. Anyway, you can see it coming out a little bit. It's blue. It's this color blue of the label. So, a Crink marker. Looking forward to trying that out. I know I've seen Sean Petit use them, but I've never had one. And the last thing that I thought was so cool is an ounce of Scarlet Calligraphy ink. The brand is Cali. It's by Daler and Rowney. It's a really nice scarlet color. Really nice, actually. It borders on orange. It looks comes off kind of pinky on the camera, but it's a red orange. Lovely. That'll be fun to play with some dip pens and see what I can get from it. So that's cool. And that's it. That was all that was in my April Sketchbox. I have had great fun with the Sketchbox gift subscription I had. And it's going to be a blast to maybe do it again. But not, right away. Give it some time and then maybe pick it up again. It's been fun. It's been a blast. And I've enjoyed reviewing them, Sketchbox. I've enjoyed reviewing your Sketchbox. Also, St. Louis Water Cup. I did go to Tuesday Morning this week. And I swear I don't mean to make these haul videos every time. But it seems to be a natural thing to discuss your products. at Tuesday morning, there's usually a craft section if you have a Tuesday morning. It's hit or miss. Sometimes I'll find nothing at all. Sometimes I'll find lots and lots of things. And I found about half a dozen things this time. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was this little set right here. This is by Basic Gray. These are filing tools. And a long time ago, when I was scrapbooking, I bought a set of these filing tools. Here's the only one I have left. It looks sad. And the first post I ever made over at the Crafters community, which you should go and join if you're not part of it, was, I love these filing tools. I don't know if they're made anymore. I can't seem to find them online. Has anybody seen them? And immediately a couple of people sent me some links, and I saved them for when I was ready. At Tuesday morning, they had these for $1.99. I was so excited. I almost bought them all. But I didn't. I resisted because I don't think they'll sell out of them. If I want to go back and get one, I will. But it's a precision file set from Basic Gray. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sized files in it. I'll open it up for you. This will be a challenge. I should have done this before. I just hit record and then I was going. Let's see if I can get it out. There. And I'll unroll it for you. And there's one fell out. There's the files. Here's the one that fell out. So you've got some smaller ones like this, and this is flat. There's another one that's flat. There's one that's a triangle shape and one that's round. And then this big guy that looks, there's 2 of them in there. Ha ha! Ha ha! These big guys that look like nail files. I was very, very excited to find those. I really was. And, regular nail files will work if you're distressing paper and you want to file it. A lot of times in my art journal, if I've covered the whole page with a piece of paper, a lot of times I don't want to cut the edges because it's burdensome, it's not even. I will just file the edges of the paper off and tear them off. And then you've got a nice deckled look, but it's still even with your page. That is why I like those. And if I'm Mod Podging a big project like a chipboard Word or something, I like to file the edges off. It's just cleaner. It lays neater. And you still get a somewhat worn look to what you're working on. So I was really glad to find those. Also at Tuesday morning, I found some Princeton Select brushes. These are pretty pricey, brand new. Those ones with the blue handle. I showed one last week when I was talking about brushes. This is a Princeton Select. I found a 3-pack for $5, $4.99. In here you've got 3 different filberts, a number 4, a number 6, and a number 8. So I thought that was pretty boss. I found 2 stencils, 2 Dilution stencils by Diane Reevely, which are put out by Ranger. And I put them away. This is how I file my stencils. I put them in the file because I was trying to be good about cleaning up. They're right here. I found this one. And I found this one. And they were about $2 a piece. I don't know if they're discontinued. I don't know how Tuesday morning gets their stuff. Or maybe they just weren't selling well. Anyway, 2 stencils at $2 a piece. That was good. And the last thing I found is way over here with my paper. Let me grab it. Is it over here? No, yep. I had sworn off buying paper because I have so much of it, but I found this 12 by 12 pad that I loved. I loved the colors. You can see all the selections from it that are down here, and I won't go through every page and show you every page. And I used this one in my art journal yesterday, and of course you get multiple pages. See, those colors are so nice, and they're double-sided. This page I absolutely fell in love with. I'm going to play with this page today. They're double-sided. It's thicker. It's cardstock, so if you're going to adhere it to something, you're going to want to use gel medium instead of fluid matte medium or Collage Podge or Mod Podge or whatever you use for your adhesive. You're going to want to use something a little stronger. This company is called Graphic 45, made in the United States, G45papers.com. I will link to them. but I enjoyed this, and this was $5 also, excuse me. So that's what I found at Tuesday morning this week. Projects that I had, that's all I have for products. I hadn't bought anything else. I only spent a few dollars there. $20 at most. Projects that I am working on. I am still in the middle of the Abstract Florals workshop with Donna Downey. This is my favorite one from this week that I worked on. I posted it to Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. I posted it to Facebook, and I think I may have put it in the crafters community. I had been avoiding putting stuff from that workshop in the crafters community because it would just be a lot. It would be like, go away, woman. But this was my favorite one. I found a painting on Pinterest and I didn't copy it exactly. And I'll just give this away. If you want to have this, comment below. And first comment that says, hey, I want that. I'll send it to you. How's that? That's nice of me. I'm so humble. And I have some other, I cleaned again. And when I do that, I can't find stuff. This art journal page was inspired by the abstract florals. I wanted to play with a different medium besides the acrylic paints, and I wanted to play in my art journal. This is the Derwent Inktense blocks, not colored directly on the page. I used my brush to wet the blocks and lay the color down, and then I used some pit markers, Faber-Castell pit pins for the lettering and for the doodling around it. Most of you guys have seen this picture hanging around. So that was inspired by the abstract florals. I did this page with some leftover cleanup paint on my palette. Also, it's got the florals going on, but that's a paper underneath there. I didn't make that. Didn't paint that. This was a cast-off painting. This was leftover paint I had hanging around on my palette after working on those florals. I try not to be wasteful with it. Those don't even say anything. And this one I didn't post a picture of either. This were some jelly prints that I cut into leaves and made into a flower because flowers are go-to when you can't really think of anything else. This paint, the background paint I had all left over on my palette from the abstract florals. And the quote is by one of my favorite artists, Rich Mullins. And it says, "It's not going to matter if you have a few scars. It will matter if you didn't live." I agree with that heartily. So that's all that's been happening in my journal. And look, guys, it's almost full. I'm so excited about that. I've only got maybe 10 pages left in here. Yay, I'm excited. I will say I finished a whole art journal. And I've also been doing, along with some of my friends at the Craft Shack and the Crafters community, Inspiration Wednesday, also with Donna Downey. And this was my spread from this week. It says, all our knowledge has its origin in our perceptions. This was fun to do. Lots of collaging and glazing, and that was fun. So that's how far I am with those projects. I finished a piece for a friend of mine that this poor woman actually ordered it back in December and paid me for it, but I never cashed her check because I hadn't gotten to it. And the holidays happened and New Year's happened. And Christy, if you're watching, I'm sorry. This is a 12 by 12 canvas panel with Donna's stencil on it. They've got some molding paste flowers down here. The glaze is in Payne's Gray by Golden, and some collage papers underneath over here. So, Christy, this is coming to you. If you're even watching. She may not, I don't know. I was going to show some more of those flowers, but I don't know what I did with them. Whatever, I cleaned. That's what happens. I get so excited. I'm a big reader, and I got a couple of books that I wanted to share with you today. At any given point, I have probably 3 or 4 books going on at a time, and they're not always fiction. I like fiction, and particularly science fiction and mysteries and historical fiction and stuff like that. But I like to read biographies. I like to read about things that I'm interested in, and I, for whatever reason, retain what I read. So that's one of my academic gifts. I don't have many, but that's one of them. I can recommend this book. This is The Little Book of Lettering by Emily Gregory. I ordered this from Amazon. It's fairly thick. It is so fun to look through. There are tons and tons of examples of lettering and typography work in here. And it's 6 by 6. It's a nice, easy size. It'd be fun to put on a coffee table. Now, what it doesn't do is say, step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. Step 3, do that. What it does, it takes a handful of lettering artists and kind of walks you through their inspiration and their processes a little bit. It's really cool, really fun to look through. Cute little book. And I've had it for a while. That's not new to me. Another one that I've had for a while that is not new to me, recommended somewhere. Maybe Donna Downey, maybe somebody in her artist gang. I don't know. Maybe it just popped up on Amazon. I don't remember. Abstract Art Painting by Deborah Stewart. Expressions in Mixed Media. Oh, I'm not going to get it to where the shine is not on it. There. That's a nice picture for it. It's a little softback book. I also ordered it. I know I ordered it from Amazon, but I can't remember where it was recommended from. But she walks you through the process of abstract art, swatching. That was about swatching colors and value. There's a bit about sketching. You wouldn't think that abstract artists need to know about drawing and sketching, but they do. Matter of fact, her theory is that they are more inclined to be drawers and sketchers before moving into abstract art, because they understand the composition. And that it was really good. Short, informative reading. Oh, you can see my pimple. Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, I'm almost 40. I don't know. So those are 2 books that I would recommend. Anything else today? Remember, if you just want to comment that you want this little 6 by 6, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to sell it because I based it on somebody else's work. But I'll give it away as a gift. So you just say the word, and then I'll contact you. I think that's about everything today. And that's enough. Oh, one last thing. Behind me, you can see the rack that's up now. There. That is a tissue paper rack that I purchased from a shop here, a local shop that was cleaning out a bunch of stuff and cleaning out some fixtures. The store itself didn't close, but I paid $15 for that, and I thought it was a steal. And I was able to hang my tissue paper on it. I've got some jelly prints clipped to it. It fits nicely right in that spot. I thought it was very cool. So, that's all I've got for you today. Hope you guys are doing good. Get out, do something, make something, and as always, remember to give love.